How do we expand and simplify this question? I know it looks like, oh, this is a lot, but don't worry, it is easy to solve. So let's take a look at the question. It says x minus 2 all raised to power 3, then minus x plus 1, then x minus 1 square. We just have to start by simplifying each of these, expanding each of these, then we add, multiply, and do all what we have to do. Now, x minus 2 raised to power 3 is the same thing as x minus 2 times x minus 2 times x minus 2. But instead of going through that long process, we could just use the binomial theorem. Remember, the binomial triangle looks like this: 1, then we have 1, 1, then we have 1, 2, 1, and then we have 1, 1 plus 2, 3, 3, 1. This is for power 0, power 1, power 2, power 3. And here we have power 3, so we can stop here. So, and in for binomial expansion, when the first one is decreasing, the second one will be increasing. That is, let's start with this: x minus 2 raised to power 3. We will first pick the first one, that is x, then we will raise it to power 3, then we multiply it by the second one, which will be minus 2. We will raise it to power 0. The first one will be starting with 3, the second term will be starting with 0, and anything raised to power 0 is 1. So we'll just leave that like that. Then we say plus, we pick the first one again, x. This time around, it will decrease, it will be raised to power 2, and then we pick the second term, which will be minus 2. This time around, it will be raised to power 1. Remember that at the first point, it was raised to power 0. Then we pick again, we go again, we leave some space for this coefficient. This is for the binomial theorem is for the coefficients. So we have x, this time around it will be raised to power 1. Then we have minus 2 raised to power 2. Then we go again, we have x raised to power 0 this time around, and that is 1. So we will now have minus 2 raised to power 3. Then we put this coefficient. So here we have 1, here we have 3, here we have 3, and then we have 1 here. So that means we'll be having x raised to power 3 plus negative 2 raised to power 1 is negative 2. So that means when we multiply minus times plus here, it will give minus. So we'll be having negative here. So we'll be having negative, and then 2 times 3 will be 6. So this will be 6x squared. Then for this one, we have negative 2 square. Negative times negative is positive. So that will be 4. 4 times 3 will be 12. So we're having plus 12x. Then negative 2 raised to power 3. Negative times negative and negative will give negative. And 2 raised to power 3 is 8. So we have negative 8. We just expanded this first one. Now, this is the first one. Let's keep it. Let's have this in mind. There is nothing to expand with this second one. So let's move to the third one. Do you need personalized help? Click the link in the description to message me directly, which is x raised to x minus 1 power 2. So this time around, we'll expand also. We'll start with x squared, then negative 1 raised to power 0. That will be 1. Then we have plus, this time around, we'll have x, then times minus 1 raised to power 1. Then we have plus, now we have x raised to power 0. We have x raised to power 2 here, x raised to power 1 here. The next one will be x raised to power 0, and that's 1. So we have minus 1 raised to power 0 here, minus 1 raised to power 1 here. So now we have minus 1 raised to power 2. And what are the coefficients? We have 1, 2, 1. So this will be 2. Then that means we'll be having x squared. Negative 1 raised to power 1 is negative 1. So minus times plus will be negative. So that will be negative 2x, and then this will be plus 1. So let's put these two back into the given equation. Now I'm into the given question, so that now we have x raised to power x. This is the first one. This is the solution for the first one. So we just have something like this. But before we do that, don't forget that there is multiplication between these two. So now that we have expanded this, let's multiply it by x plus 1 before we put it back into the equation. So that we have x plus 1 times x squared minus 2x plus 1. We are just trying to simplify this first before we subtract it from this. So x plus 1, so x times x now would give x raised to power 3 minus 2x squared plus x. Then we pick 1 plus 1, that will now be plus x squared minus 2x then plus 1. So that we have x raised to power 3 minus 2x squared plus x squared would give minus x squared. Then plus x minus 2x would give minus x then plus 1. So this is what we will now subtract. This is for these two. We will now subtract it from this. We will subtract it from this. We will subtract this from that. We will subtract x plus 1, x minus 1 squared from x minus 2 raised to power 3. So that we'll have x cubed. Let's first bring the x cubed together. X cubed minus x cubed. The first one, the one at the top has x cubed coming. So the one at the top has s cube, then we subtract from this s cube, we have s cube. Let's go and look for s squared, minus 6s squared. So we have minus 6x squared. Then here we have, don't forget we are subtracting. So we have okay, let's do it this way. Let's write everything out to avoid confusion. Let's first write um Let's first write everything that we have here. Let's first write it out. S cubed minus 6x squared. We have x cubed coming. We have x cubed minus 6x squared. Then what's the next thing? Plus 12x minus 8 plus 12x minus 8. This is for this. Then we have to subtract it from this. No, that means we'll be multiplying everything we get here, we're multiplying it by negative. So this will now be minus s cube. This will become plus x squared, and this will become plus x, and this will become minus 1. So now s cube minus s cube has cancelled out s cube. Minus 6s squared plus x would give minus 5x squared. 12x plus s would give plus 13x. Minus 8 minus 1 would give minus 9. And we have just simplified it, and this is the answer. So just take it one after the other. You can take it one after the other so that like this, so that it will not be too long on the page. Then you put everything together and you simplify, and that's it. So you can go through the video again, and if you have any question, if you are confused at any point, let me know in the comments and I will reply you as soon as possible. That's it for today. If you learned something new, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and drop your answers or thoughts in the comments. Remember, math gets easier the more you see it and say it. See you in the next video.